So this happens, right? Go to one of the outputs. Processor में out में ये होता है ना, just let this happen. Hold. Remove the hold and let it be in live, not in fixer. See, it will fix everything. Live में, sorry. Live में hold.
Out is like ये out is that mic वाला अपना speaker वाला.
3.
ये monitor है ना. Out 3 is monitor.
Out 3 is monitor. Both में remove the hold, keep it in live.
Both मतलब दूसरा वाला कौन सा है?
Main आला. Live.
Okay.
Okay.
Processing में. Okay.
Okay.
So it should always be.
Hello, is this loud enough? Okay, cool.
कितना है? अच्छा.
Hello everyone. We'll be starting in 5 minutes. I really appreciate your patience. Hi, good morning. Morning. We welcome you all. Please have a seat. Hi, how are you all doing today? All right, my name is Ritika, and I'll be your host for today for this music and meditation. I am a mental health provider by profession, but today I present myself as a volunteer for Sahaj Yoga meditation. So, first of all, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you on behalf of the team of Sahaj Yoga. So, today's program is divided into 4 parts. The first is going to be an introduction, what is Sahaj Yoga meditation, followed by leading a meditation, which is going to be enhanced with our music. And finally, we're going to end the session with your feedback and if you have any questions for me. Okay? So without further ado, allow me to introduce Sahaj Yoga meditation. Sahaj Yoga meditation was founded in 1970 by our founder, Srimataji Nirmala Devi, who we call with a lot of love and respect, Srimataji, whose photo you can see on the altar and on the picture. So the word Sahaj has 2 meanings. First being simple. A lot of you are native speakers of Hindi. Okay, Sahaj means simple. The other meaning of Sahaj is whence you are born with. The word yoga means union with the all-pervading power. And meditation is a state of thoughtless awareness. Now you must be wondering, what is she talking about? What are we born with? What is this union? Okay, so I like to get your attention on this chart here. As you can see, all of us, all human beings are born with this subtle system. And in this triangular bone resides a spiritual subtle energy, which is 3.5 coiled. It is called Kundalini. Okay? So what happens to this Kundalini and why is it important? It is said that when this energy is gently awakened and pierces through all these centers or energy plexus, it gives you thoughtless awareness. Okay? Now, as I'm talking to you, it reminds me of a time when somebody asked me, but why do I need to awake this energy? What's the need of it? And to answer that, when this energy awakens within us, a lot of beautiful things happen. First being that we get to know ourselves. We discover ourselves. We become the best person, the best version of ourselves. What that means is, over the years, as we are growing, we tend to identify with things, with a lot of personalities, with a lot of things, with a lot of feelings. For example, if I was to ask someone, who are you? And they will give me their resume. I am so-and-so, I have achieved so-and-so. But are we all that thing? Or if I was to ask you, how are you feeling today? We have learned to socialize and say, I'm good, I'm cool, I'm nice, right? So, but at the end of this day, what are we? Who are we? So when this energy awakens within us, it helps us to drop off that sheen of superficiality that we have learned to identify. Okay? And what that does is it helps us to meet our pure spirit, our pure soul, which is not these minds, not these thoughts, not any of the identities that we have learned. Okay? Then what happens? When this energy passes through these centers or these energy plexus, it integrates the physical, emotional, and psychological aspects of these chakras or plexus. And it helps us to manifest and express the positive human qualities. If I was to name some, generosity, unselfish love, and compassion. Okay? Now, when this energy passes and pierces through the 7th chakra or energy plexus on the top of our head, which passes through the limbic area. Anybody knows what limbic area is responsible for? Very nice. I love it. Emotions and emotional based memories. When it passes through the seventh chakra, it forms a union with the all pervading power. Some people call it God, some people call it this energy which is beyond, bigger than us, gives meaning to us, takes care of all the living things. Some people call it God. Okay? And when that union happens, what do you think happens? Nothing? That's what happens. The peace happens. Thoughtless awareness happens. Now, what is thoughtless awareness? It is when I am aware of my being, when I'm aware what is happening around me, but I am not reacting. I am very much aware of what is happening, who is happening, but we are not reacting. Nowadays, what happens? Our mind just takes us from left to right, from past to future. Oh, man, did I switch off the gas before coming? Or, is it going to end at 12:30? Will I have enough time to catch lunch? Right? And we are never in the present. But as, wise men who have come before us have told, the enjoyment, the fun, the thing is in the present. Okay? So, today, whatever me and my colleagues are going to share about Sahaja Yoga or Sahaja Yoga meditation is not new. Nothing is new. You have heard about this, you have read about this in books, and many wise men and women who have come before us have talked about this. They have tried to show this and have communicated to masses in form of poetry, art, scriptures, just to name a few. Michelangelo, William Blake, Kabira, Confucius, Socrates, and many, 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 many more. Okay? So, are you with me so far? So far? So far? So far with me? No? Yes? No? Yes. Okay, thanks for the thumbs up. All right. So, what we're going to do is, what we are doing here today is not to go on theory and repeat all those things. What we want you to experience today is the awakening of this energy. And I want you all to be scientists. You don't have to believe me, you don't have to believe my colleagues, but experience it. Experience it as how you would experience the rays of sun. It is the universal truth, you all can feel it, and then believe it that it's the rays coming from the sun. Okay? So, how about we do a pulse check of the room? If you would all indulge me, can I kindly request you all to open your hands, palm facing upwards, rest on your lap. If you feel comfortable, you can take out your spectacles and shoes and feel the ground, feel grounded. And whenever you're ready, just gently close your eyes. Take a long, deep breath, as long as possible, as deep as possible, without straining yourself. And I want you to ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Again, how am I feeling right now? And if your brain comes up with a socialized response of, oh, I'm good, I'm awesome, yay, try again. Try to focus on your breath and ask, how am I feeling right now? Whenever you're ready, you can gently open your eyes, but hold that thought in your mind, okay? You don't have to share, just hold it. So, that was just a brief introduction. Now I would like to invite my colleague, another volunteer at Sahaja Yoga Meditation, Rohit, to talk a little bit more about Sahaja Yoga, the subtle system, and about our founder. Rohit.
Good morning, everyone. I can see we are already in silence, so whatever I speak is only going to take away the silence. I'll talk a little bit more about the meditation, what is the science behind it, and how can we actually practice it. But more importantly, I don't want to be between you and the actual practice of meditation, so we'll keep it short and then get into meditation straight away. So my name is Rohit. I am a practitioner of this meditation since my childhood. So I've been very lucky to have got this when I was 5 years old. My parents started doing this, and I got into it, and I have seen immense benefits out of this meditation throughout my life. In fact, I would say all of my life and every single aspect of it has been shaped by this meditation. And I'm very lucky that now, my wife and kids and my extended family, all of them also do this. And why do we do this, right? I think Ritika talked about why we need to do something like this. But I'll just take a simple example from last week. So I am a management consultant by profession. So I advise senior management of companies on their business strategy. And last week was one of those days where, lots of meetings happening, and then I was getting ready for a big presentation, and then suddenly someone else calls and say, oh, we have a crisis on this other project. And while I was attending to that, someone else comes and says, oh, there's something even more important happening here. And within the space of 10 minutes, I felt like I was drowning. I was like, what should I do? Where do I react? And I saw myself as well getting into a bit more of this mindset with my team. I was like, what are you talking about? Why did this happen? Why didn't we do it earlier? And so on. And that was the moment when I said, I can see myself that I am not the one who's getting caught in this. And I really need to take 5 minutes off. And in the office, I actually took 5 minutes and meditated. I didn't do it the whole setup that you're seeing there. I just closed my eyes, meditated. And within 2 minutes, I felt that I was in a different state. I was not reacting to the environment around me. And I could almost see myself as a third person and say, is this really how I need to react, or what do I need to do? And lo and behold, I was in a much calmer state. We looked at the problems, we solved it. I was much better in the presentation I was worried about, and it went really well. So I think the key point here is, we all face stress in our lives due to whatever things, it's work, it's family, it could be anything else, even sports. I actually get stressed by the sports events on what's happening there, and which is fine. That's the environment we live in, and we cannot change the environment, but we can change how we react to it. And in fact, how we react to it is also a bit of a myth, because it just happens. All we have to do is tap into the energy within us and let that energy guide us and how to react in certain situations like this. So we talked about meditation, right? I'm sure you've all heard about meditation, and you've heard many different definitions of meditations. Anyone wants to share what do they think about meditation? You're already in meditation, so nobody wants to react. So there is the mindfulness form of definition, right? Which is about keep our minds in a way that we are observing and don't think too much about it, and let us observe what is coming to my mind. That is one definition. The other definition is actually you want your mind to be silent. We don't want to be in your day-to-day noise that we hear, the constant rush of social media or things pinging us and so on. We want to be silent. We have heard the definition, which is, it is the gap between two thoughts. We have one thought coming in, slowly coming down, and another thought starting, and the gap between those two thoughts, that's the space where we are silent, and that's meditation. So all of these definitions are true, but what is it really? And in Sahaj Yoga meditation, what we try to do is we tap into the science within us. Now, about and what it means, but essentially, this Kundalini energy that Ritika mentioned, if we awaken this, we can awaken the energy from the top of our head, and when it comes here and it gets connected to the energy around us, that state is when meditation automatically happens. We don't have to do anything. It is a living process. Like we put a seed in the earth, it sprouts itself. We don't do anything, the earth does it. That's how the science of all of this is all within us. Now, how to do it and how to make sense of it is the real question, right? So let's come to the science. So we are all aware of our body, of our organs and heart and lungs and brain and everything. But inside us is also a subtle system. And this is all scientific. It's not a figment of imagination. And there are three parts of it. The first is the Kundalini energy that Ritika mentioned. That's at the base of our spinal cord. It is an energy which is like our own individual mother, and it stays in the dormant state, and it is extremely powerful, it is extremely loving, and it is extremely nourishing for all of us. And when we can awaken this, we can actually see the benefits of meditation, which goes from not just like staying calm and relaxed and not be stressed, but it goes far, far deeper into our actual being. As Ritika was saying, we are more than just this person, this resume, this job, this father, and all of this. At our core, we are the true spirit, and we are a real human being with its own innate qualities. And by doing this meditation, we can leverage and tap into these qualities. And again, it happens automatically. So that's the first thing, the Kundalini energy. The second part is the 7 energy centers. You've probably heard of them in many different settings. Energy centers or chakras. Scientifically, these are nerve plexuses. So if you look at our biological nervous system, these are nerve plexuses in our body, which controls the whole body. Like the nerves that emanate from every center, they go to every part of our body and essentially control the body. But what it is, it's more than just the nervous system. It is also the seat of all our roots, and this provides our energy. So for example, we're talking about this energy center, which physically governs, for example, the heart. So the functioning of the heart, we all think it is an autonomous system, right? It just works on its own and so on. But it gets the energy at a subtle level from this energy center. So when the Kundalini energy rises, it nourishes our chakra. It automatically self-heals all of our organs and all of our physical parts. Not just the physical aspects, but the mental aspects, emotional aspects. All of these things are essentially in the state of the perfect balance. So our body is meant to be in this perfect state. So it will self-heal, improve and so on. But what we do in real life is we are worried about our job, or we need to do this. We need to be angry at people because they don't get stuff done, and we need to shout at children because they don't eat their food. All of these things, is part of our life, but it all adds up and it all creates certain pull from this energy center, and it's essentially getting depleted. And what we do by raising our energy is essentially like a laptop that is being connected to the electricity mains. That's what we are. We are an instrument which has all the power, but if you're not connected to the power, we are just going to run out of the charge and then shut down. But what it does is literally that we are able to connect to the all-pervading power and just re-energize ourselves. Does that make sense? And then the third thing is there are 3 energy channels. So you see in this picture here, there's the blue channel, the yellow channel, and the central channel. And scientifically, these correspond to the left and the right parasympathetic nervous system. And this is not new information. Many ages ago, all different philosophies and religions have talked about it. So if you have heard about the yin and yang principle, it corresponds to that. So the left side corresponds to our emotional being. It gives us the energy to desire, to want to have stuff. And the right side is more our energy to act and get stuff done. Now, both of those energies are needed, right? However, in our daily lives, we use one or the other more or less. And what it leads to is the imbalance in our own body. And when it is imbalanced, we again start drawing the power, we start getting less and less energy, and it starts hurting us in the longer run. But when we do meditation, the most important thing that happens from this meditation is you become your own guru, your own master. You are able to see it for yourself. You don't need to go to a doctor to do a diagnosis. You can do the diagnosis yourself. And that is this process of self-realization, where you are able to observe your own state. You can see whether I am in imbalance or not. In the example I gave, I was able to see myself, I am being imbalanced, I am being too aggressive on my team and in my mind, and I was able to balance my right energy channel, and it brought me back to the center. So you can practically use it in your daily lives, but much more important, in the longer run, this is what keeps you in balance. This is what prevents a lot of the diseases that happen. We think the diseases happen because we are, eating the wrong food, or we are, too much stressed. All of that makes a difference. But at the root of it all is all of these chakras. And if we are able to nourish those chakras from inside, you have a much better chance with a healthier life. So it is like giving the plant to the roots of the tree, not to the leaves. It needs to go to the roots, because that is where it will really impact. Okay. Then I think we talked a little bit about what is different in Sahaj Yoga, right? The science of this all has been known for thousands of years. It's been all ancient civilizations knew this. Many different, saints and so on have talked about it and so on. So what is different? It is just been tweaked for the modern life. So what Srimataji did in 1970 is she created this method by which we can get this much easily by a common person. So you and I can get this done in the next 15 minutes. And it is like fast food, it is like fast meditation, fast realization. And the way it is possible, because earlier it used to take many years to cleanse ourselves. The yoga that we know, the physical yoga, was meant to be cleaning our physical body and then cleaning our mental body and getting into the state. Then we can get this meditation. But now we are able to get this very quickly. And that is what we are going to try and do in a few minutes. So it is very quick. You can feel it and you can start using it. Of course, like any living thing, it needs a little bit of nurturing. It needs a little bit of practice. That's when you will see more and more benefits. But we can get it done, today itself. Then a little bit about our founder as well, and we have some more information at the back if you want. So Srimataji was born in India. She studied medicine, and she participated in the national freedom movement of India together with Gandhiji as well. And in 1970, she started this form of meditation. And one of her core principle was all of this science is within us, and we have to connect to our inner selves, and that is the only way we can transform the world. So she's done lots of work across different countries. She was nominated for Nobel Peace Prize twice, and now this meditation, is practiced in over 100 countries by millions of people, and the principle remains the same. All of this energy is within us, and that is regardless of our country, our race, our ethnicity. Nothing matters. Every one of us is equal, and that's how we are, and we can all achieve this. And that is the whole point. And that's why everywhere you see this meditation, we never charge any money for this, because that was a core principle, that this is like breathing the air outside. It is such a living process that you cannot charge money for it. We cannot give $10 more for a seed to sprout faster. It doesn't work like that. So it's similarly, this energy is your own energy, and all you need to do is keep a scientific mindset. Like Ritika was saying earlier, you have to just take it as a hypothesis. All of this you can, check for yourself, but more importantly, let's take it as an experiment and see what do you feel today and what do you feel in the coming weeks. So that's what we are here to do for. We are all volunteers. We do this only for the reason of, we have seen tremendous benefits, and we want to just share with you all. And that's why we are here. So does that make sense? Any questions till now? Yeah. Great question. So the question is, when the Kundalini awakens and it activates certain chakras, are we able to physically sense it in some way? And the short answer is yes. And that's the whole point. The reason why the chakras are at the plexuses of central nervous system is so that we can sense that. Now, how is the sensation? It differs by individual, and the sensitivity also takes time. But for example, when you are able to do this for a few weeks, you can feel on your palm, each of these fingers also correspond to the 7 energy centers, the 5 and the 6 and 7, as you see in the palm here. So you're able to feel either tinkling or certain warmth in some of the fingers, which indicates to you that the chakra is being activated, and either I have some imbalances or it is actually, in a perfect state. Those are the things you can see it for yourself. We are happy to talk more. It'll probably take a few more sessions to go into the depth there. But bottom line is, yes, you start feeling a new awareness that did not exist before. And this is not magic at all. This is all real. This is all scientifically proven, and you can feel it for yourself. And this energy that comes out, you can even feel on top of your head. It's very high frequency electromagnetic waves that come out that can be measured. And scientists have done a lot of experimentation that when you even say you measure your chakras, what does it do? So they can measure the screen temperature and actually see that there is a difference. Connection with music. Yes, no, great question. So first of all, everything in the world is somehow connected to the 7 chakras. Like even our evolution as human beings, we need food, we need shelter, we need love. It goes on. It corresponds to every energy center. And music or colors or all the other aspects of our life are finally connected to these energy centers. Similarly, music is essentially a tool for us to get into that meditative state. And this is next level of advanced scope, but every energy center is it's like the word says, it's a center, it's not stationary, it's actually rotating at a frequency, and you can use the music with the right frequency to resonate with that chakra and clear that chakra as well. That is far more advanced, but at a very simple level, music essentially, calms our mind. It brings us into that state of meditation. It, stops our distraction from all other beings and gets us into the state of meditation. And when we have great artists, that just helps us to get there as well. Okay, I realize I don't want to stay in the middle of actually practicing the meditation. So let's do that. We'll do a short exercise of meditation before we get into meditation.
So I will not talk much. Let's do the exercise itself. We know the three things he spoke: Kundalini, the chakras, and the three channels. So we need to keep our feet apart, and if they're touching the Mother Earth, that helps. You want to put this here, so I cannot. I can have my hands. Or you can put this one there. That's enough. I think it's good. They can see it. Okay, so I wanted to have my hands free. All right, so we have our feet apart, and we'll be using the two channels, the left and the right. Left represents our desire. So that's the most important thing today, to experience this energy, is to honestly ask for this energy, because it is our own, and all that is needed is that we want to experience it, that's all. So the left hand stays open like this, and the right hand represents our action side. So in a subtle way, it represents that that's the action we are taking for our desire, for this energy to rise. And we place the right hand on certain points which correspond to the chakras. You don't have to remember it. I'll show you first, and then we'll do it with our eyes closed. So our first step will be, we'll keep the hand here. For now, you can see and do it with me. And then I'll be saying certain affirmations which correspond to the qualities of those chakras. You don't have to remember. I'll say it, you just repeat in your heart quietly. Then we'll move the hand to the left side of the abdomen. Then next we'll go a little lower where the leg meets the stomach. Then we'll come back to the heart. Then we'll go to the neck and turn our head slightly to the right. Then we'll keep this hand on the forehead. Press gently from both the sides. And finally, with the palm stretched and the center here, we'll press it on top. This is the fontanelle bone. The name itself has fountain. It's a Latin word, fontanelle. It is where the energy breaks through. So we'll gently massage it. That will be the last step, and we'll see how we feel. So yeah, let's begin. So let's take a deep breath, close our eyes, relax, sit relaxed, and just have that honest desire is what I would ask you. For this moment, let's forget about everything and just have our attention inside. Let's take a few deep breaths. Now we'll keep our right hand on the heart. Here we have to ask an honest question to ourselves. And this energy that is within us, it's a maternal form of energy, it's living energy. So we can also refer to it as mother energy, and we ask this question: Mother Kundalini, who am I? Mother Kundalini, who am I? Please let me know myself. Please let me connect to myself. Now we'll take the hand to the left side of the abdomen. And here we can say to this energy an honest question. Mother, am I my own teacher? Am I my own master? Am I my own guru? Let's ask the question and leave it there. Now we'll take the hand slightly lower where the leg meets the stomach on the left side. Here again, we'll ask an honest question. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Let me know the pure desire. Let me have the pure desire to know myself. Please take away all other desires that never end, that never give us satisfaction. Mother Kundalini, give me the pure desire to know myself. Now we can take the hand slightly above on the left side of the abdomen. At this point, we have to say to ourselves, I am my own teacher. I am my own master. Please establish peace and harmony in my being. Now we'll take this hand to the heart. Here we have to say to ourselves, I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not these emotions, I am not this fear, anxiety, or thoughts. I am the pure existence. I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. Now we'll take the hand to the left side of the neck where it meets the shoulder and turn our head slightly to the right. This is the place where we collect in the subtle system our guilt, which hinders this energy from rising. So it's very important to say, Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. From our hearts, Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty at all. These things are deep rooted, so we have to honestly say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Now we can take this hand and put it on the forehead and gently press it from both the sides. We can bend our head slightly down. At this point, for this energy to rise, it's very important to forgive. That is when this center opens up. So we say in our hearts, Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. I forgive. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. I forgive. If there are any thoughts, we let them go. We don't fight them. We can say, I forgive this thought. I forgive. Now we'll stretch the fingers, and with the center of the palm, we'll massage the top of the head, where is the soft spot that we had as babies. That's called the fontanelle. We'll press it and move the skin clockwise, eyes closed, a few times to loosen the calcification that happens here. And we have to say, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please let me know myself. Please let me connect to my true self. Please awaken and give me my self-realization. That's our only honest desire, to know ourselves. Let me know myself. Now we can bring the hand back down in the lap. Have both hands open, palm facing upwards in the lap. Continue to have our eyes closed. Continue to deep breathe. Let's be in this silence for a few minutes. If any thought comes in, we can just say, not now. Let's observe our hands, our fingertips, what we feel on them. Let's observe our state of being, how we are now. Now we can take our right hand and gently keep it a few inches above the fontanelle bone and see if we can feel a very subtle energy coming out of the fontanelle bone. It can be few inches above, in front. For everyone, it slightly varies. It can be warm initially for few of us, and it becomes cool gradually. You can check with the other hand. You can bring the hand back down in the lap, and we can gently open our eyes. So that was a short exercise and trying to see how we do the awakening of this energy. I would like you to ask you if you could feel anything on your hands. If anybody felt, you can raise your hand and tell me. Yeah? Yeah? Coming out of it? Yeah, that's the index finger. So you can see that is the center here, corresponds. It's on the right hand, right? So it's on the right. So it is something with the this thoracic plexus here. So that is your energy communicating that it is working it out here. And once it's done, it becomes cool. It's like I often give the example of when we get fever, if we have anything, the heat comes out, and then we are back to balance. So the working of this energy is like that. If there is something that needs to work out here, which is very common, like if I have a throat infection, if I'm having a bad throat, and if I meditate that day, I will feel this finger pinging, and it works on it. And once it's gone, you'll see you'll heal even faster, because it's your inner energy that helps you to heal. So that's, yeah, you felt it already, it's awakened, so that's great. And I hope it, left thumb, yes, yes. So left thumb corresponds to the second center on the left side. It's our pure desire. So it can be many reasons. Sometimes it's our attention, if we are not able to settle and be in the moment. But it's already starting to work out. So the more you meditate, but everybody is different. So we feel differently. Everybody is permutation and combinations. We all have qualities as well as some weak points. So the beauty is we'll know where we need to work on ourselves. So we know ourselves. You will see it. It is absolutely true. What we are, this energy tells us and helps us to improve on it. Yeah. Anybody else felt anything? No? Or on the head? Yeah, on the head? Here, yes. So that is finally when it's here, and the center is, of course, this one. You also felt it on the head, on top? Yes, yeah. Yeah? What? And the second time you felt cool? Very good. On top of your head? Yeah. Okay, so that was that, and now if there's anything you want to ask, I mean, we'll of course have later after the music has to come now because this is the state we are in. I think it's very important to be in this state and continue with music. That will be so beautiful to continue this state of meditation. So I'll invite Ritika to go ahead with the most important part. Again, I should say for today's session, we have not talked about it yet a lot, but it's the beautiful slide guitar and the tabla who will be listening. So.
Okay, let's do the pulse check again of the room. Can I please invite all of you to close your eyes, open your hands. Since we are all scientists, we're going to collect data points. And now ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? How am I feeling? What is going on? And just breathe. If your mind is bringing a lot of thoughts, just follow your breath. Through your nose, down to your throat, in your stomach, and back. One more time, I'm going to ask, how am I feeling right now? Beautiful. Again, I would ask you to hold that information, and whenever you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes. And I'm going to pick up from your question, and if I may add to Rohit's answer, music, art is a universal language. When a music is being played, you don't sit and decide, is it going sa or is it going pa? You just flow with it. You become so unified with it that you just want to enjoy. I don't know how many of you have ever had an experience that when you saw an art or listened to a music, your hair stood up on their end. Has that ever happened to anyone? Awesome. What does that mean? You don't even understand the language. Sometimes you understand, sometimes you don't. What is that? It is this connection with the Kundalini. If we are saying this Kundalini is universal and everybody has it, that's the way it connects. That's the way we know that we are part and parcel of a bigger being. We are a bigger thing. We are not just this person contained in this body. Okay? Okay, without further ado, I'm going to invite both the artists today who are going to help us enhance this meditation. Please join me in welcoming two artists, Ritam Sarkar and Karthik Yoganathan. Please give them a big round of applause. Ritam is an amazing classical slide guitar player. He hails from Kolkata, India, and he is a well-known personality both in India and abroad. Ritamji started learning at a tender age of 9 under the guidance of Pandit Debashish Bhattacharya, followed by learning from Mr. Debotish De. He went on to get his advanced learning from Pandit Shamlal Chatterjee, a disciple of late Ustad Dabir Khan Sahib and Pandit Ravi Shankar. He has also received his talim in incorporating classical music in Spanish guitar under the tutelage of composer-director Sri Madhu Mukherjee. Not only this, Ritamji holds many awards under his belt. To name a few, Trisaptik Kala Ratna Award in 2010, Sangeet Yuva Ratna Award, along with several scholarships. Ritamji has played on many TV shows and have released many CDs. Just to name few, Lyrical Journey, Meditation with Ritam, Atma, Divinity, Moksha, and several more. Please help me in welcoming Ritamji. Accompanying Ritamji is Karthik Yoganathan. He is a long-term Sage Yoga volunteer. He is an engineer by profession and musician by heart. Okay, and he has also started learning his music at a very early age, starting with learning Mridangam in India under the guidance of legend Vidwan Sri Umyalpuram K. Sivaraman. And once in Bay Area, he has learned under the guidance of Pandit Ustad Sundarendra Manji. And from last 5 years, he's learning from Sri Satya Prakash Misra from Banaras Gharana, and he continues to grow and learn. In the past, Kartis has also accompanied many artists such as Surinder Manji, Anandita Basu, and Indradeep Ghosh. Please join me together in welcoming both the artists.
Good morning to all my respected audience over here. It's a real pleasure for me to get an opportunity to play over here today morning in the Sai Yoga. So, let me introduce myself. This is Ritam Sharkar and I am an Indian slide classical guitar player. I came from India, Kolkata. And my instrument is a little different. What you are seeing right now is called Indian slide classical guitar. So the name is so because we play the Indian classical music, which is mainly the meditative music. And this guitar is a modified version of the Hawaiian 6-string guitar. And we used to play with a bar, steel bar, by sliding it down. So that's why its name is Indian slide classical guitar. As per the presentation, today I'm going to start with a morning raga. The name is Rag Bairagi. So in the raga, I'll first start with alap, which is a melodious without a rhythm. That will be followed with a jor and jor jhala. And then I will take like a madhyalaya tintal composition, followed with a jut tintal composition, and later it will be ended with a first tempo jhala. So audience, hope that you like my presentations. Once again, please do keep your attention on your Sastra Chakra at the top, and hope that you like my music. So once again, I am starting with the Raga Bairagi. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Kya sama banda hai, as we say in Hindi. What I'm trying to say is, what an ambience have they created. Okay, I promise, this is going to be the last part. Last check-in. Promise. Let's gently close our eyes one last time. And again, just ask yourself, how am I feeling now? Just follow your breath and ask yourself, how am I feeling now? What is going on? Whenever you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes. And since I am from the science field, I like to believe in evidence, and I practice evidence-based. So, you don't have to tell me how you're feeling. I'm just going to give you multiple choice questions. How many of you are feeling, with a show of your hands, you can tell me, the same as we started? None. Very nice. Okay, my next MCQ is, how many of you are feeling, how do I say, I'm going to steal the vocabulary of my daughter. She says moke, which is between meh and okay. Anyone feeling moke? You feeling moke? Okay, okay. How many of you are feeling mental silence? Awesome. The real awesome. Whoa, awesome. And that's what we have, what you have experienced is the awakening of Kundalini. Now, I'm sure if you have any questions, I'm not going to take them because I have taken enough of your time, but I'm going to direct you all to many of the volunteers who are present here. Can I request all the volunteers to please raise your hand? You can look around, there are many of us. You can go and ask your questions, get to know their experience, how they came to Sahaj Yoga meditation, and enjoy chai and snacks and do a chit chat. Thank you once again for coming on this beautiful Sunday morning. And we loved having you here. But if you would like to continue learning this meditation, we have a lot of centers, one in Fremont, two happen here in San Ramon and Pleasanton. I will invite Shweta and Rohit to give us more information about that. But if you need, there are a lot of pamphlets in the back. You don't have to remember anything. Pick those pamphlets, and we hope to see you again in many of these meetings. And thank you once again for coming out and joining us. And I wish you all the beautiful day for the rest of your Sunday. Thank you so much.
So as she said, thank you for giving us the time. I only want to say that we've just started an 8-week course here in this place itself. It's in the community room 1. We had the first session, but the next 7 Mondays are lined up. And since you already got the experience, you all can join in with the second session if you're interested. It is free. It's Monday evening, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. over here. And of course, then we have the Pleasanton programs, which are Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. for the new people. And yes, 10 a.m. is the one. And the address and the details are behind there, so you can take the flyers when you go. But thank you for coming, and I hope you had a good morning. Thank you again to our musicians, Ritonji and Kartik Bhaiya. Thank you so much.